When you combine one of my favorite foods with some really good people, it's damn sure gonna be a good time. On this episode of the XO Effect, I got to sit down with Tracee and Demayne, proud owners of the very own 95th Street Tacos. With two very different creative backgrounds, the duo shared their amazing story on how they came from small pop-up shop to being nominated for one of the best tacos in Atlanta. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the next episode of the XO Effect. It should be the third one by now, but welcome back. Thank you for following me this far, and I am super excited today. I have probably some of the best tacos in Atlanta right now. That y'all are about to indulge in. 95th Street Tacos. Hi.
Hello. Hey. This is Tracee from 95th Street Tacos.
Demayne from 95th Street Tacos.
This is something new, the whole mic thing, so forgive us if it looks a little awkward trying to ask and answer questions. But hey, how are you guys?
Doing good. Doing well.
Good, absolutely. Thank you all for having me and sharing your story with me today. I'm really excited to kind of indulge into this thing. We kind of been having some sidebars, so I don't even know what to start with right now. But I want to say congratulations for winning Best Tacos in Atlanta. That was you. Wait.
We were nominated 3 times for Best Taco, Best Burrito, and Best Bar Food.
Gotcha.
But someone else got it. But it's okay.
Oh, I thought you all won. I seen it on the when I was reading it. Okay. All right.
We're nominated. Our names are
Forgive me. My journalist skills just then sucked, but it's going to get better the more we continue this interview. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about everything and coming from where you come from, and you have a very interesting background, which I read about, which I truly enjoyed reading about. But I wanted to hear firsthand from you all about how you all got started as 95th Street Tacos.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm Tracee from Los Angeles, California, South Central, 95th Street, near where the riot started.
Where is that?
Where the riot started, you know, Central.
Normandy Avenue.
Yeah. But what happened was, you know, I decided to, you know, pack up, come to Atlanta. But this was 13 years ago. I was still styling hair.
With $300 in your pocket?
$300 in a Sentra and duffel bags from the Sloss and Swap meet. And a car just flying through the 10 highway, made it here. And I wouldn't put that ride on my worst enemy.
How long was the ride?
Woo, it was 2 days with my mom.
Okay. Did you have some help, or was she kind of like let you take
it was some help. It was some help, but I wouldn't have wished that on anyone. But when I got here, you know, settled in, knew a few people that moved here from LA, let me stay with them, and I just pretty much hit the ground running, built my own business cards, did my own little hair show over here on Edgewood when it was Javaology. Okay. That's where I met Mimi J online, her first business card. Now she's doing amazing things with her craft as a makeup artist, celebrity makeup artist. She's over in Vinings now, but she has her own. Also, I just continue to always, you know, keep going with hair. And when I met Demayne, we, you know, got together. We started dating. He decided to make tacos. I'm gonna make this long story short.
Yeah. we got a little time.
Oh, okay. He decided to make tacos, and when I saw him pick up the old El Paso shells,
okay, yeah,
I was like, nah.
This is not how.
What is that?
What are you doing?
Yeah, I was like, what is that? So I showed him how to do them. Yeah, with the fried tortilla shells. And when we got comfortable and started dating, and I met his family and met his children, I mean, it was just all good. And I was like, okay, let me make these tacos. She was 4 then. She's 13, but Amina, I think she was around 5 or 6. I gave her some tacos. She took down 6 tacos, and I was like,
in one sitting.
Yeah. and then they talk about it now, like they talk about it now, and they're like, we still enjoy the time sitting at the table. Yeah. and making our own tacos
Yeah.
and things like that. So we made sure we did that as a family as well. But it was a time where I'm gonna hand the mic to Demayne, but he was working. I was still doing hair, but I was getting a little tired. It was like 20 years in the game,
Yeah.
doing hair.
I was gonna say because I had no idea you were a hairdresser.
Yeah,
That was
I
amazing.
enjoyed it. It was a great craft. It was the arts of it all, of like cut and color was my thing. I can look at your hair and name what color you're wearing to what brand.
I'm gonna need some help.
I can refer some people.
Okay.
I'm here every day.
Give me some tips. I don't even need you. Just
I could
give
do
me some
that.
tips.
I could do that.
That's all I
Yeah,
need, some tips.
I could do that. Just working here every day, but at the same time, I enjoy my clients, my customers that will come by. It got to the point where I started making them tacos.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I got with Craig Singleton,
Okay.
Craig Singleton. Amazing artist. I'm a big fan. I love his style. I love the technique as far as his art. He made a logo. Once he made it, I said, yo,
Ran with it. You ran with
I
it.
have to use it.
Yeah.
I have to use this. If I let this go, man. So I used it, and it was going towards a time where he was working at Georgia State. He was working at Georgia State, and the project ended.
Okay.
We're living in the West End. I'm doing hair.
Yeah.
The clients is getting slow, different seasons.
Yeah.
I have a family. I was like, yo, let's do this tacos. We got to,
Yeah.
It's pretty much, I was excited when his project ended.
It's like a passion in disguise. It kind of presented itself the entire
Yeah.
time to you all.
And from there, it was just like an adventure of like an unknown, and we didn't know, but we started off small.
Yeah.
It will be a great deal of people like, you need a truck, you need this, you need that, you need this. And we're in our heads like, we only have this
Yeah.
to take care of house, take care of, everything.
Let
But
alone to start a business.
start a business.
Food.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds really good. It sounds really good.
But at the same time, the passion was there because I knew the product I had was good.
Right.
It's about your product. If you could sell something dope, people will buy it. You know what I mean? It's dope. Just like what? It's come from an old interview with
All right.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
He was like, I got some dope to sell, and he's selling it. But
Yeah.
I was like, yo, my tacos are dope.
Yeah. That's your dope.
Yeah, so,
Absolutely.
and
Swinging on
I
the
was
corner.
into it. I'm like, different flavors, different recipes, different seasonings, different, like, styles. I'll even test the whole city market, and I'm like, yo, I can beat everyone here. I also went to North Carolina. My next destination is to go to Austin, Texas, and that's the capital of tacos. I gotta
Really?
get.
I would have thought California. For
Oh no. Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Austin, Texas. You got your Tex-Mex, but you got your authentic Mexican tacos. LA, what we do is it's a different style of tacos because of neighborhood.
Gotcha.
I come from South Central. There's Compton, but at the same time, there is a migration. It's a whole history and backstory of Black history in Los Angeles that a lot of people don't know. There were Black taquerias in the 30s and 40s. Right.
Wow.
Right. There's a signature taco I have on my menu that comes from a Black taqueria called Bill's Tacos.
Which taco is that?
Bill's Tacos.
Gonna get
You
that.
guys got to come in and try it.
Getting that
Yes, the
after.
ground turkey chili cheeseburger.
Well, I was going to say they have to come in and try it, but but
Wait, you said it's a chili cheese?
Chili cheeseburger, turkey burger, taco. Pretty good.
I'm going to have to get that after this.
Try it.
All right.
and the garbage fries have a little secret to it too. I'll tell you about that.
Okay.
But it's just neighborhood food. Going to school in South Central, like Bret Harte and Washington. It's your neighborhood corners stores that have like Martha's Burrito. You can get a burrito inside the liquor store, but it's the best burrito because you have the fresh avocados, fresh pico, and this is the type of food that you get
Right.
in the neighborhoods. And they're like mom and pop staple.
And that's something that you wanted to bring to your tacos.
Right. And doing this 3 years, going to different festivals, different pop-ups, we learned that a lot of people in the South never taste a taco like a LA street taco. There's tacos out there. There's Tex-Mex and what you'll see, what you'll find, but there's different flavors in everything you do. So, I mean, it's universal.
Yeah.
You can make it any way you want to.
Food
So,
is love.
yeah. That's what I like. And that's what I get it. I enjoy seeing people enjoy our food. Yeah.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
You're a testament to that.
Yeah, but he can continue with
I like.
Jermaine.
How you doing?
My dad's name is Dwayne.
Yeah.
I used to tell people, they say, "Who? What's your name again?" I'm like, "It's Dwayne with the M."
Yeah, Demayne.
That's how I explain it all the times because people ruin your name out here. Trust me. In the South.
Chiane, all kinds of- It's all right. I get used to it.
Yeah. So I mean,
Was the man? You get the man.
Demayne.
The man.
They just completely missed
Damien, Dwayne, Demayne. I mean, well, very seldom do I get my real pronunciation of my name. Demaine's actually my middle name. But it's all good. I have to spell it out.
Right.
But I'm patient. You know, I've been doing this since I was a kid, so it ain't nothing new. But yes, I am Demayne Ginyard, the co-owner of 95th Street Tacos. I am from Asheville, North Carolina. I've been in Atlanta since 94. I was going to say 94 years.
No.
Feel like 94 years. It's been 24.
It's been a very long time. But yeah.
Like the 23rd of this month will be 24 years for me.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And speaking of Flux, our graphic designer that did our logo, he's actually one of my college buddies and one of the first people that I met when I came here too. And a lot of my friends came down here and shaped the culture, the art culture in Atlanta. But the takeoff was, I've been here for years. I went to North Carolina. I stayed a couple of years to, help my mom get on her feet. I had to move back in 2008. And like a year and a half later, I met the love of my life, Tracee. It was, I mean, her story really inspired me, the way she, kind of packed her stuff up and moved from LA and came out here with, just a very little support and very little money, but actually came out here and, had that hustler spirit. And I think I needed a type of woman like that in my life. I've always been a very creative person. I'm an artist and she's an artist as well. We just ended up, combining talents. I have a talent and a knack for business, and she has a knack for being a very, very out-the-box creative thinker. So when she came over and we was having that first couple of dinners or so, and she discovered that I was making those tacos with those lame box shells with all those preservatives in it. The real deal is that she was like, read the box and look at all that salt and preservatives that's in there. And I was like, oh, okay. Read it. She was like, yeah, that's too much, way too much. You can get a whole pack of tortillas for $3. You know what I'm saying? And you can make like tons of tacos, and you're only making 12 out of this box, so cut it out. But her ground turkey tacos, they was fire. I was like, yo, that's crazy. And I went over to her apartment, and she made me on these nice big fancy plates, tacos, big old giant salad. And I think she got me with the cooking, though, honestly, and everything. Yeah. I mean, the personality and the looks and everything, too. But the cooking, the tacos, and the way we unveiled them and rolled them out to the rest of the family. We're a blended family. I had kids before we met, and we got married and had our 5-year-old Truly. Throughout the time that me and her been together, she's been coming up with the ideas and the concepts for the tacos and creating new tacos on the spot, but all of them subliminally were based on the tacos that she was eating in the hole in the walls out in LA. So I mean, I think it only became a natural progression for us to go into the food business, being both of us being creatives, and my wife was kind of getting burnt out doing hair. Body starts suffering and time and stuff getting ate up and everything. So we was like, let's do something worthwhile. So when that job ended, she was super relieved. She was like, yeah, let's push the button. Started on unemployment checks and food stamps, and we kicked through the door. We had a little bit of family support, helped us buy a nice tent and everything. And we went out and immediately launched our business and never stopped. I mean, from the day one all the way to now, and it's been 3 years later, we've never sat down. We haven't had a vacation. We haven't really taken significant breaks.
And we're trying to get there because we have no time to sit down with children. Right. So still got to pay the bills, still got to go. We'll pop a tent over here on the street, the corner. We'll make something up, say, hey, you need us there. It was the constant, like, there is no way you should not be doing your thing knowing you have something to give. So you have something to serve. You have something to give. Why not use that? And it's all survive.
And we entered every phase of the game. I mean, we started small. and it just snowballed, you know what I'm saying? So we went from a pop-up doing a local art show, supporting a lot of our local artist friends that, local businesses. I graduated from the Art Institute, so most of my friends from 94 on up has been the...
So you have a very interesting background.
Yeah. All the visual artists, I used to be in the music industry here, did artist management, but a lot of my friends from my folks that run City of Ink all the way up were very, very supportive of our effort to, to get our business off the ground. And so we started doing handshaking with the community and co-branding and cross-promoting with the community. So we went through from the pop-up to the festivals, to the corporate catering. Now we're in a brick and mortar engagement and partnership with Joystick Game Bar with Johnny and Brandon. And it's just been a really, really great ride and adventure. Sorry to be all hogging the mic and everything.
It's cool. I feel like you kind of answered a lot of the questions I had, but I'll kind of indulge in it a little bit. So you all have two interesting, very interesting backgrounds. You started off as a hairdresser for 20 years, and then you were a general manager at City of Ink, and you know a lot of visual artists, so you did artist management. So at what point did you both realize, not that you wanted to specifically do tacos, but when did you realize like there has to be something more than just what I'm doing right now?
Oh, well, that'll be more for as I go doing hair. I could cut hair in my sleep. I could color hair in my sleep. I knew it was more. I was like, it's becoming a routine. It is a craft, but I love my customers, but I knew when it wasn't compensating me. I had to ask myself, is this something I want to do the rest of my life? I want to learn something more. When I was pregnant with Truly, I kicked in like I'm having a child myself. I want to do something else. Yeah. I want to, also I would look at different shows, the cooking shows, and I would call other people that were in culinary, that were chefs, and ask their advice. How did you get into it? And I got good news and bad news from it, as far as opinion. And I said, you know what? I got to do what I got to do for me, and I got to figure it out, because everybody's path is different. Everybody's time is different. I can't set where I'm at. Like in this business I'm doing, people like, how do you get started? I'm like, you're just going to have to start and go with the wind. It's just like, let it just take you where it's going to take you. And it's going to be your story. And my story is different from anyone else's, and our story is totally different from anyone else. But when I had Truly, I'm like, okay, I have this baby at home. I'm watching her every day. This is a time to start letting go. I'm going to let it go. And that was for me. Before he lost the project at his job, I was like, yo, I got to get in gear. And I got that logo way before. I was already in gear before he lost his job. So it was more me saying, I'm going to push towards this way because I know it's more out there.
You're already kind of setting things in place.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, and I wasn't sure I was going to go all the way, but once it launched the first time, like you said, and it snowball effect, the second time we were invited to Action Hank Beer. We launched that City of Ink. And then the awesome Action Hank Beer artist, the visual artist, he had an art show, and they said, can you do our show? That was the second art show. And then it was T-shirt lady. It was T-shirt lady, and then it just kept going. And we was with our good friends, our brothers, our little brothers, Chinese food. We kept doing theirs. And it was just like, yo, we're in the arts. We love the arts. I went to art school in California right after high school too. San Francisco, the Academy of Arts. In San Francisco, I went for film, but I come from an art background. I was in art classes since 8. A lot of people don't know that either. When I can get time and still time, I can get in there. Acrylics, yeah, and I used to do, yeah. But I need that. No kids allowed. No,
that space.
Yeah, yeah. I need time to sit there and concentrate. But with this, but with this here going, it took time because it was more of a focus to get this baby launched. It was another baby to get it launched, and it's walking now, and we see it growing now. Yeah, so 3 years.
I met you guys 3 years ago.
Sure did. Sure did. We did your show.
Yeah.
It was an awesome singer. I can't think of his name, and I see him all the time. He was at
If I'm not mistaken, it's probably Eddie.
think so.
It's probably Eddie.
Yeah.
Hi, Eddie.
Yeah, I remember it. It was a good time, good turnout that night. So I was like, hey, and it was good just meeting people. That's another thing with the business too, just meeting people.
Oh, were you gonna say something?
Trying to remember the question right off my head.
Well,
when did you realize that you wanted to do more than your job?
Well, I think it came down to a matter of necessity as well. With the prospect of being unemployed and having a family to support, I knew that we better push the gas and push the pedal to the metal and try to figure out what our next move was. And I couldn't even imagine doing what I'm doing right now a few years ago. I mean, as far as like being a restaurateur and being in this business, both of our passion is art. So this is an art thing that we're doing. It is a very creative endeavor that we're doing together. And we've been great business partners from day one. I mean, 3 months into our relationship, we threw a major art show.
Oh, that's so cool.
And we had like major artists in the Atlanta scene, from W to Fabian to Maya to everybody in the game. And we had like lowrider bikes, and I mean, it was crazy. And we put this thing together on the fly with Mimi Johnson from the makeup Mimi from
Heavy hitters then.
yeah, and it was
dope.
It was a Studio 900, not too far away. We kind of even birthed our creative endeavors in this old Fourth Ward, Edgewood, you know, DeKalb Avenue type of area. You know what I'm saying? Decatur Street and all that.
That's like you said, just 3 months of us dating. I don't know. It was like,
we kind of found out we would make some pretty good business partners. I think we had a lot in common. We're around the same age. We enjoy the same kind of music. And it was just kind of like, we figured out we could really work really, really well together and make some situations where we can make us some money. So we had been doing those type of things as we was building our family together. So once it got to a point where, you know, she was like, okay, I'm starting to suffer from doing this hair thing, and I really want to go ahead and jump this taco, you know, let's go ahead and push these tacos to the people. Should we enjoy them at the house? I know they will too. It was like, all right, well, let's get it going in. And that was a pivotal change in our situation.
I would have to say too, with him being knowing that he worked a 9 to 5, and I was 20 plus years already working for myself.
Right.
So that's a whole different
Ball game.
Yeah, I already know what it's like to work for yourself versus waiting for a check.
Yeah.
So if you need to get money, you know it's going to come. When you're an entrepreneur, you know you're going to be okay.
Right.
The thing about being an entrepreneur, you got to keep going, staying consistent. And I knew that, but it was him adapting to that too.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's going to...
it did take me into a whole other world and another realm of responsibility.
Yeah.
And it goes into also, as he said, if we started our first art show 3 months in our relationship, now we're 3 years, we're still together. I'm going to tell you, when you're doing a business, even if it's a brother or sister, friend, partnership, you're going to be inside each other's heads. You're going to clash, you're going to boom. But when you see what you have and you have it together and you're building it together, it's nothing. It's a union that is unbreakable.
I was going to ask what's probably been the most difficult part through your relationship.
I would say, not as far as our relationship, because we know that if we have a disagreement, we're going to have to talk it all the way out to the end until we figure out what are we talking about, what are we arguing about, what is it, and then it's nothing. It's really, we're in each other's head, honestly. And because if I'm finishing his sentences, it's pretty much we know. We're saying the same thing. It's just you're saying it different. It's either that or, but more so far as if you say the rice. Okay. The rice. You go ahead.
Oh, go get it.
Yeah. Did you want to make them something? No, do you want to make them something? Okay. Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But going back to saying that the difficult part will be more so the financial I would say that'll bring a strain. It'll bring a strain on any, even if you're working for yourself. Yeah, even working for yourself, you're like the frustration of, I'm trying to get there, but what you have to also do is look at what's in front of you, what the cards you're dealt with, and not compare. Not compare. Just say, hey, this is what's in front of me, because I know I have a long list of things that I got to take care of. But as long as you take checklists, you're doing fine. If you're taking one off and you're just not adding too much, but you're taking one off. So, but as far as our relationship goes, it's great. We're just, like I said, you know when to take breaks. You know when to go to your corner. You know when to come back.
It'll be 10 years next year.
Yeah. And sometimes we're like, you did a lot in 10 years.
A lot in those 10 years.
Yeah.
You did a lot in those 3 months. But congratulations. So tell me about the menu, about 95th Street Tacos. I kind of want to get into that. I'm excited for the garbage fries after this, but I want to know I know there's probably a lot of inspiration. I know you said you went around tasting different food trucks or just different taco places here when you got here. And I don't know if you had dived into that culture yet prior to then. I was going to say, I'm sure y'all did it together, but, you know, how was that coming up with the menu? Did you all have like a long list of what you want to do and then narrowed it down, or how was that?
Yeah. It was real easy. Like I said, taking the little corner store markets and mom and pop shops and taquerias back home and just creating my own. Like I said, tacos are universal, so I have a jerk chicken taco with the pineapple slaw, chipotle aioli sauce, and different. And I want to keep things simple. I will venture off to learn more, because I have a lot of great chef friends that I listen to that I'm still building off of. I'm still learning hands-on. But with 95th Street Tacos, we're just tacos and burritos and street food. Right. So I keep the menu simple where it's not overwhelming. And then I like menus that are simple. Yeah. I don't want to go in and have to read everything unless I'm going to fine dining. I understand, but this is really like food truck. Yeah. A stand pickup order. And
very portable.
Yeah, very portable, but still universal. Like my number one burrito right now is the surf and turf with the shrimps, and it's like the whole kitchen sink in there with shrimps, either chicken or steak, peppers, pico, fresh pico, cheese, jack cheese, and creamy salsa and guacamole. Yeah. So, and then like I said, it's universal. I also have vegan options. I'm experimenting with. One coming up is the cauliflower and walnut meat. I know the whole Impossible thing. Everybody like when you get the Impossible back, but I really like on the fence with Impossible. But I'm gonna do more research. Okay. It's a hype thing. It's cool. Yeah. But I want to make sure I stay the integrity in what I'm doing. And it's something that 95th Street Tacos is keen on, is integrity. Yeah. I'm not doing it because it's hot. I'm doing it because I wanted to do the flavor. Right. I can't put it on there, but I don't want to be cheap. Gotcha. Right. So it's a great meat. It's a great product, but I just want to do my research a little bit more. Yeah. And I like to throw little fly things like the ceviche. I like to really come get this ceviche. What is it on, tostada? Yeah, a little tostada. So good. Yeah, with a guacamole spread with different seasoning. Now I'm confused about what it is. Yeah, it's something that we used to go. It is. And it's like taking him to LA and touring and visiting. I took him to a place that my dad used to take me all the time. It's dear to my heart. It's in San Pedro called Port Sacal. It's where he used to work out there for Todd Shipyard before they laid him off in the 80s. And he used to work at the shipyard, and you'll get fresh fish from the pier. You get this big French bread, and they'll make ceviche right there at the pier. And it could be on a tostada. They have churros and everything else. You get your face painted. They have shells, jewelry, and
the mariachi band.
Mariachi. It's like, and it's like you just crossed over to Mexico, but it's right in San Pedro. Yeah. But it's an awesome place that I grew up, and my dad would take me there. Something I'll pick up all the time was the red pistachios, because it makes your lips red, so it's lipstick. So it was that, and then like different places. Like I said, Bill's Tacos, I have a little bit of that flavor on there. So it's just things that you know, Yeah, and it's like the flavor I'm bringing here. Like if anyone would bring New Orleans food or Jamaican food here, why not? I bring LA food here. Yeah. So
you coming from?
Oh, he's from Asheville.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, so you coming from North Carolina? How was that coming from North Carolina to Atlanta and then experimenting all these different tacos and these Mexicali flavors?
Well, growing up in North Carolina, I did not grow up eating tacos. My mom used to call it play food.
So you had like
hilarious. I mean, because she's a down-home cook and come from that long line of, that father's a farmer and all of that.
Let me tell you, when I first met him, it was I met his mom Thanksgiving. Man, I'm gonna tell you this. It was his cousin Shane. He was standing right behind me, and I'm eating her potato salad. And it's like, so you know how you slowly go, You can hear him laughing at me because I'm like, who made the potato salad? If you know the potato salad, I mean, she was an awesome cook.
Yeah.
I was like,
eyes rolling all in the
it's like
just fireworks and everything going on.
He's talking about me giving him. He's talking about me and him, you know, feeding him the food. It was his mom. Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, his mom was a great cook.
Now I want to get my potato salad.
I think his brother got the recipe.
Yeah, he's taking over the mantle of potato salad king. I don't know how to make potato salad anymore. I don't think I'm degrading as a cook. I think that I'm evolving more of a Mexican cook now. You know what I'm saying? Cooking Mexican food better than anything regular. Yeah, it's like my southern roots is kind of like, I'm adapting the West Coast thing right now, with this food. Yeah, I mean, it's...
You gotta get a Cajun or like a South kind of
it's an everyday thing. I help out with some of these creative endeavors.
Lemon pepper wet taco.
Lemon pepper wet. That's crazy.
With lemongrass slaw.
Yeah. Ooh.
Cracked pepper.
I'm not even the biggest fan of coleslaw.
Yo, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something about my wife. She'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and it'll be like, Papa, she done been up probably 2 hours even before that. I'm asleep. She comes with ideas at the craziest times, but they be genius ideas. And I'm like, where did you find inspiration to get, to want to do that? But one thing about it is if she envision it, she go and do it and she does it immediately. So she... Yeah, she'll go and buy inventory for it. She'll go to the store and whatever she thought up, she'll go buy that and go make that right then and there. So, I mean, she don't ever run out of ideas, so I guess we ain't gonna never run out of food, to do. And, putting the food in the people's hands and making sure that the folks is enjoying what we bringing to the table. And it just makes us smile because this is stuff that we was eating and feeding the kids around the table and anybody come over to the house. Now we done fed half the city, these tacos and stuff, So my transition from, I'm a jack of all trades, from an artist to technical stuff to music to, doing business and stuff. Yeah, once I saw the vision that she had put forth, I was like, well, we can do that. I mean, and we're going to be good at it. And we're going to, really kick it in and try to make something out of it. And just seeing the progression of it every day, it's very rewarding. It's very rewarding. We stay humble with this thing, but at the same time, we stay engaged with our people now. And we know that our product is good, but at the same time, getting the feedback from the people and the people saying, hey, you know what? That was bomb. We always come out here and engage with everybody that come to Joystick. Yeah, we got repeaters. We got people that come every day. We got celebrities. We got all kinds of folks that come here every day and be like, yo, how y'all season that ground turkey? That's crazy. I don't know how to season ground turkey like that. I'm like, yeah, ground turkey is one of our first stable products that came with 95th Street tacos. Yeah. We was doing the anything but trap at department store, man, and those ground turkey tacos was our every Sunday deal.
Good late night food.
And we still have renditions of that taco here, and people can come to Joystick and get that taco anytime. But my motto is, as long as we having fun and we staying creative and feeding the people and being really engaged with every community that we have the opportunity to feed. Yeah, we feel good doing that. You know what I'm saying? Feel real good doing that. It's in our DNA now.
Yeah. So how did you all come from being at these pop-up stands with all these cool creatives and then coming to Joystick? Joystick is probably one of the coolest spots on Edgewood outside of the department store. Rest in peace, department store. But yeah, it's probably one of the coolest spots. You can come play arcade games. You can come chill and play board games, and drinks. Can't forget about alcohol. And now you got food. So how did you all kind of wrap up with Joystick?
We it was a time where we was working at popped up at Emmett Park. It was Jake's Ice Cream, and it was a young lady there and said, hey, you might want to go across the street or go over there to Edgewood. At Joystick, they do an incubator kitchen there. And this was 2.5 years ago.
So what's an incubator kitchen?
It's an incubator kitchen where they bring in different restaurants or pop-ups, and they do a year residency.
Okay.
And they can stay here a year and then serve the food while they do the drinks in the arcade. So we're just over the whole kitchen.
And it allows small businesses to get some traction
and some exposure.
To be able to open up their own brick and mortar.
Right.
So it's a real good community endeavor.
And we're learning kitchen operation. We're learning the whole inside out of how it can be.
Breaking down, starting back up,
and
cleaning and everything.
7 days a week.
Business that goes into running a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
From doing the books and doing sales.
It's much more to it.
I'm not gonna say discourage. Does it encourage you all a lot more to kind of read into starting your own?
Yes, most less starting your own, and also gauging where you want to put your baby, what location, what operations or hours you want to do it. Is it breakfast, lunch, or midnight, or nightlife, or where you want to put it? Do you want alcohol? Do you?
What's your market?
Who's gonna be your audience?
Yeah, so, and then we're still shaping this baby too to where we want to put it. Do we want to put it in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Brave Stadium, Airport? Yeah. But it's just after the way we went by going through pop-ups, like I said, we started off with a small amount of money, and we just said we'll just see where it takes us. The art shows is really laid the fabric of our business. Our art friends, being artists and being creatives, laid the fabric of our business too. I always tell business, if they ask me any advice, get you a great artist, get you a great writer, get you someone that can help you out, to lay the design of your baby, and then that way you can take it where you want to. Also, we did festivals. We learned, festivals are good, but it is profit and loss to that. You should do this and do that, but no, you have to really remind yourself it takes money. So we did like six festivals one year. Yeah, for 1 year. Yeah.
House in the Park, and the Atlanta Taco Festival, Atlanta Streets Alive.
And to do that, to do the festivals, you just learn that, okay, maybe I get my brick and mortar and go back to the festivals. Because festivals are great for advertisement for me. I don't see it as a way of living, but I see it as something that helps your business to get the marketing out to the people that don't know anything about you. So it's good. It's yeah. And then when we came and popped up last year for a week, they decided to say, hey, we'll give them guys a chance and go ahead and let us in. And I would have to say the day that they let us know that we're coming in here, because it took a while for us to get here. It was a moment for me because we were hustling. I did not know where it was going. And it was a long day of catering, corporate catering with Fuda. And I came home, and Demayne called me downstairs, and he said, yo, that was Johnny and Brandon. They said they want to have us for the whole year incubator.
That's amazing.
When I say, that moment that people get their award and they go on stage and they boo-hoo cry, I had my moment. I never knew I'd have a moment like that where I was like, yo.
That's a lot of work y'all put in. I mean, 3 years, it's a long and short period of time, but y'all have really been working your ass off. It's very inspiring. Never stop. Never stop.
We had different transition periods between all of that. We had been homeless. We had been living from one place to the next for a couple of months. We was putting kids in and out of school. We had kids graduate while we was doing our thing. Yeah, and we got priced out of the West End and had to move way across town. And, it was a lot of factors that we've had to fight uphill in order to keep going. It looks great, but at the same time, it's not for the faint of heart. If you don't have the drive and the passion to keep it going, I can see how people can quit on it. But it's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep, you know, till the wheels fall off.
To knowing that
but
I got something dope.
Yeah. And she got my back and I got her back. So, I mean, if I'm starting to drag, she ain't going to let me fall. You know, and this is the exact same way. Yeah. Yep. We got to get up and go do this. Oh, I'm tired. Ain't none of that. Don't feel like it. It's, we got to keep pushing.
I might have to
for sure.
Started soon, but yeah.
Well, there's a couple more questions. I know y'all gotta go back and cook for the people. So after all of that hard work and being here at Joystick, how did it feel to be nominated for one of the best tacos in Atlanta?
Okay. Well, it was I was at home, and I know there's a particular taco truck that always win. Okay. I pushed last year for it, and I was like, okay, I gotta beat him this time. I gotta beat him. Yeah. But I was at home, and I looked through my phone, and I was like, yo, he posted vote for me. So I was like, oh, the nominations are out. Yeah. So let me go look for it. So I'm looking for it. I saw my friend Phyllis Hiller. I saw Chose, and I was like, I wonder, do they know? I'm looking at, you know, all my friends, the art friends. Yeah. I'm like, wow, look at these people. I was like, we all in this. I see mines. I was like, 1, 2, 3. Wow. I was like, wow, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. I said, just to see that was dope. Yeah, of course I wanted to win because it does give you that stamp. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to win. You know, some people are like
just to be nominated is
yeah, okay.
Which is like, you still want to win.
Yeah, you want to win. Right. And like, I know we can win, but at the same time, hey, I get where we're at now. Right. We're out here. Right. We ain't going nowhere. Nah. So
your name is out there.
Right. So it's like it's all good, and I still got my baby, and I'm still working. Yeah. So it's all good. Yeah, that's when I knew when we nominated. So.
And it felt good, you know, to get recognition among your peers. We had a lot of people come out and vote for us, and you know, we'll do it again next year when we get our own brick and mortar, or, you know, whatever endeavor that we venture into, you know, after this one is over, maintain our relationship with Johnny and Brandon, and, you know, pick up and really continue to be innovative in the food game. I feel like we're sort of the cornerstone of pop-ups. Before, you know, us, with a lot of the art shows, people were doing meat, cheese and wine and stuff like that. We brought food to the party. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's eat. Let's look at this art and eat, and have some good tacos. Yeah, I ain't getting full off of that. Right. You know, I'm getting drunk, but I ain't getting full.
Another thing, they remember you. They remember you at different art shows. He's like, oh, you're at so-and-so art show. Yeah. You're at so-and-so art show.
I was going to say that I don't even know how I found you guys, but I knew I was like, I have to have these tacos at my show. And they were amazing. People still talk about that to this day. Like, when you bring that back, are you going to bring the tacos? I'm like, absolutely. That's probably one of the first things I'll do.
And the popping up was so much fun. I mean, I'll be remiss to tell people that it's not worth it to get out here and get on this grind, because the souls that you're able to put your hand on and feed firsthand, it's invaluable. Memory is tied to the 5 senses. Yeah. Food make you feel a certain way. People remember good food. They remember good experiences. And the pop-up allowed us to be able to be in a whole lot of different atmospheres, environments, from pushing food outside to being in a nightclub to, you know, I'm talking about pumping tacos in the rain. Absolute hurricane conditions type rain outside, and still pushing tacos, and people pulling up on their bikes and stuff, dripping wet, getting tacos. It's crazy. I mean, and then we was doing tacos in mud that came up to your top of your ankles and stuff like that. I mean,
that was the Taco Fest.
The Atlanta Taco Festival in Candler Park, the first annual, and we was almost winning best taco there too.
Wow.
Yeah, we was up against all the big dogs, but
I did see that.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I'm a firm believer of putting cool stuff in your toolbox and making it accessible whenever you need it. So if you, so you know. Give me a little percentage. No, just yeah. Make sure your toolbox is full of everything, because you never know what you need to pull out and when you need to make it work. make something, fix something, or make something work. So, I mean, we could say that we've done this and done that and been there and done that and offer guidance to people that's coming up under us and make sure that they can see that there is a blueprint and a roadmap in order to get to where you got to get. And, you know, we're not totally where we want to be and where we are going to be, but the everyday surge and the push is what we wake up for. It's what we do it for every day.
So, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
Did you have
go
anything
ahead.
to say?
No.
Oh, because I know y'all got to go, and I think my parking meter expired. Right, and I need to go put some more money on that because I think it ended at like 5. But, so I just want to wrap up with you guys and, you know, kind of end it on a really positive note. Y'all have really, I'm not the best at it, but y'all have taught me to be really consistent in what I do, and I see y'all everywhere, and I'm like, damn, if I can't make it to that event, I'll make it sometime, or, you know, I'm gonna catch y'all somewhere. So just staying consistent, and y'all put out really dope quality food, so I think that's important too. So where do you see yourselves growing in the next 2, 5, 10 years from now? How do you see yourselves growing?
I would say, well, we're here a few more months. I don't know, but I do know it'll be my own. It will be my own. We are in the process. It's taking a process, but I'm trusting the process. But I'm confident about this process that it's going to happen next year, April 1st. Hopefully that grand opening, I'm going to cross my fingers. But it takes a process. And also the next 5 years, I would say, hopefully, cross my fingers, I am inside the Mercedes-Benz. The Mercedes-Benz, I have a chain. Also, yeah, the Brave Stadium, the airport. Yeah. So then that way I know my baby is in places where it's reaching, you know, the sports and entertainment too. A lot of people. Yeah, airport. Yeah. So it's just, and then honestly, 10 years from now, I had thought about this last week. Being in the arts, me and Demayne being in the arts, but I would like to have like an art fund because the money will help the other artists. Yeah. So I also look up to other artists that do things and give back, and that's one thing we do too. Because, you know, if I'm one step ahead, I'll pay it forward. So, but that'll be 10 years from now because I know the money. Yeah. So it's a circle. So that's where 2 to 5, 10 years. That's what I see. So. Yeah, for us, the business going. Hopefully, that vacation. Yeah, I was gonna say, you can take a day off. Look, I was gonna say, you can vacation. You don't have to take a day off to just sleep. You can sleep and have a good time. Right. Yeah. Good. Good. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, good. See, y'all finish each other's sentences. He didn't even have to say anything. But thank you so much, Tracee and Demayne, for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm ready to dive into some food and go pay this parking meter before they boot me and give me a ticket. I know they definitely will. I got one that I got to pay for already from like a couple of months ago. That sucks. But thank you guys for having me and sharing your stories, and hopefully get to do this again at the Benz Stadium at your brick and mortar. Yeah, man, I'm coming in with coming. Yeah, look, I'm moving on up. I got a camera guy today. I'm trying to. But thank you guys for joining and watching us. This is 95th Street Tacos. Y'all can catch them here at Joystick. They're here Mondays and Monday through Sunday. 7 days a week.
7 days a week. They don't stop, including Fridays. The grind includes Friday, and that's what today is, and that's why we're here. So thank y'all for tuning in again to another episode of the XO Effect with 95th Street Tacos.